going on, everybody? Just got a quick one for today. Relates pretty quickly back to what I talked about yesterday, but I still wanted to get there because, like I said, I don't like that downer shit. Yesterday's video is somewhat downer, but it's, like I said, I'm starting to get a little excited, and I want to explain one of these ways that I'm kind of preparing my thought process of how I'm going to go about doing this. And I think everybody out there, if there's a couple people that watch this and get something out of it, I think it's pretty easily applied to what you do, no matter what you do, what your job is, where you work, whatever. But I want to talk about, basically, like I said yesterday, I think the downturn's coming, so I'm preparing, and the main way I'm preparing is basically with work. My job, I'm an engineer, so I don't know if I've ever mentioned that or if you didn't know that. I'm not one of these people that's like, I love my job or anything like that. I'm not on that whole board of, whatever. Love your job, never work a day in your life. Good, yeah, fucking right, dude. I don't think that's really gonna happen. Good luck finding a job you really love. I don't love my job. It's not bad either. I'm not saying I hate it or anything. It's a job, man. I trade my time for money. That's what it is. I don't see it much more than that. And I don't know how many people feel like that, but that's how I see it. It is what it is. Would I rather not work? Yeah, but you gotta work. You gotta make money. So here we are. But my thought process going into this is I'm gonna just try to make myself as valuable as possible to my job. Because like I said, I think the slowdown's coming. I think the job losses are coming. I think all of that's coming around the pike. And to basically solidify my spot, I'm gonna do everything I can now while the times are good to make sure that basically the people that would control that, your bosses, whoever owns the company, whatever, that you're the one to keep, you're the most valuable, so you're basically the last one to worry about losing your job. And I'm not one of these people either that believes you should work your life away or whatever to make money. I'm not on that either. But I've mentioned it before, I'm having a daughter here in a couple months, and I got my wife. She works too, but I mean, basically, like, in my mind, I'm taking care of my future family with this choice. So I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure I'm solid financially, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And it depends, obviously, where you work, what that's gonna mean for you. For me, I just try to go a little. I mean, it doesn't take much. It seems like I just go a little above and beyond. I mean, like I said, your job is what your job is. Mine's different. But I work a little overtime here or there. Do a little extra. I'm not talking like brown nosing or anything like that, but I'm just saying put in 100% effort where you can. And it seems to just make you look good because it seems like everybody else is kind of on autopilot at their job, which, hey, I can't say I blame them, but that's not going to be me. I'm going to be the one that's doing the best I can, basically. And it's not only for the future, like, I think things are going to get worse, but also, like, I'm trying to get as big of a raise as I can, man. So I'm trying to do my best, you know what I mean? So in that aspect, it's like I said, make yourself as valuable as possible. So you're the last one out the door. If they get to that point, hopefully anybody watching this, you don't get to that point. Hopefully you got a job or you don't have to worry about that. My job, I think, is one of the jobs that I'd have to worry about. It's a housing related thing. So I mean, if housing goes to shit, I don't know how my job's gonna go, but I don't think it's gonna be great. So I'm doing everything I can now. I'm prepping to be able to stay there as long as I can. And I mean, worst comes to worst, get fired, gotta get a new job. That's fine. I mean, we'll make that move. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But besides that, I honestly, like I said, it's all situational. Your job, I don't know what you can do. Like I said, if you can pick some overtime up, that's great. If you can tune up the quality of your work a little bit, maybe you're just coasting. I think that's a common thing with, I don't even want to say my generation of people, but I think everybody a lot of times just coasts at work because you get in your routine. You don't want to push it 100% all the time because then it just feels like you're overwhelmed and constantly busy. But in my case, I don't really care to do that because the job isn't physically hard. If your job's physical, I mean, we're in a different ballpark, but I mean, get a workout while you're at work and fucking start pushing it a little harder. And I mean, what's there to lose? In my mind, right now, I'm as young as I'll ever be. It's time to sacrifice now for benefit later. Like I said, I got a family kind of coming on here soon, so I'd rather sacrifice now and be able to enjoy time with my kids when they're a little older. When they're here in the next 5-10 years, I'm going to want to be with my family as much as I can and work as little as possible. So I'm going to try to set up that process now and reap the rewards later on. I don't know how you think about it. I think it's a psychological thing, how people view their job. Some people, I think, view it how I view it. It's just a job, man. It's nothing more than that. These days, I feel like most companies, it's impersonal. They don't really give a fuck about you, so why should I care about my company in any way? Like, they try to make it a little special here and there, but a lot of these companies, especially if you work for a big company, my company's not that crazy big, but if you work for one of these corporations, they don't care about you, don't care about them. And that's what I'm saying with this. Put a little extra effort in. You got to change up the way you think. I think in this scenario, it's not you're not putting in effort for them, you're putting in the effort for you to solidify your spot, basically solidify your future, hopefully. And I mean, if you still get fired or something like that later on down the road, you still get laid off, hey, you did all you can do. You can take some solace in that, I feel like, but don't take it personal. Don't get too attached to your job in any way. I don't think now's the time to be getting attached. You just got to do your best to make yourself as valuable as possible, and basically save up as much money as you possibly can. Because I think the time's coming. Times are going to get tougher. They're already tough enough as it is, let alone getting worse. But I'm trying to think. Is a regular job, you're one of these service jobs, or you're working at a Walmart, you're waiting tables, things like that. I don't know if you can really work harder in those scenarios. I mean, if you're already pushing it, working as hard as you can, there's always somewhere to be improved. But like I said, you just got to try your best. And I think in that situation, you got to just save your money as best as you can. Cut your expenses. Start saving money. Start prepping. Get ahead of the game in this scenario. And that's what I'm going to try to do. And I'm in a different case maybe than some people, but I'm kind of in a job where there's like a career path, I would say, where they want you to move up and move forward. So I'm just trying to push the envelope on that as much as I can. I'm gonna try to show my bosses and everything that I can handle as much responsibility as possible. And like I said, it all might be for naught, but I'll be damned if I ain't gonna try. I'm gonna try it. Might as well try. I ain't got nothing else better to do. And I hope you guys think about it the same way, because I think that's the perspective you want to have if you want to get ahead. You got to try no matter what. Put in your best effort, and I think it pays off. That's what I was saying before. I think my generation, a lot of other generations, have started to view work as a negative, in the sense you got to occupy all your time, but as a thing where you don't really get rewarded for the hard work you put in. So far, my job has not been like that. It's anecdotal. Depending on where you work, I know people right now that work jobs. Your hard work isn't going to be rewarded in any way besides making more money, as if you can work some extra hours or something like that. So, might have to. I mean, my wife, I think, is even in this situation right now. I don't know if her job, I don't know. It seems like they don't value her enough. They don't pay all that much for what they do. And, I mean, she's about to have our daughter, so she's going to be out of work for a while when she takes her FMLA. So I'm interested to see how her work handles that. I think that's how you should think about it. You can tell if your work values you, in the sense of how long could you be gone from your job without it impacting the flow of anything. If you could leave for a month and nothing happens, I'm not going to say you're not of any value, but obviously, like, they can switch out pieces, swap gears, and keep it moving. So you want to be that person at your job, hopefully, that if you left for 2 weeks, they're starting to be like, hey, when are you coming back? We kind of need this and this done, and we know you handle these things. I think that's what I'm trying to do, basically, is if I left, if I got laid off, if I got fired, whatever, it would basically be a blow to whatever group, company, whatever, however team, whatever you work in. You want to be a keystone to whatever you're doing, so that you're as one for now. You want to just be able to, you can solidify that job, keep that job locked down, so you don't have to worry about money in the coming year or two or whatever if things go down. But also in the future, I mean, people who are valuable obviously get paid the most, so it allows you to demand a little bit of a higher pay, higher salary, command some power within your job, basically, to make some asks and get some things done when you go in and ask for a raise or something like that too. So that's my plan. I don't know what your guys' plan is. I hope it's along the same lines, because that's how we get this done, how we get ahead, and hopefully, I mean, dramatic, but survive the next couple year or two, especially if it gets worse. Like I said, nobody knows if it's gonna for sure. My guess is it will. I think everybody can see it, feel it coming. If not, you're struggling already. So I mean, people are having a hard enough time as it is, let alone it get worse. So these aspects, you gotta put in the work. I think the hard work pays off. A lot of people around me, and even in my career and my job right now, don't want more responsibility, don't want to put in more effort. Which, like I said, that's fine if you think that way, but that's not the way I think. I'm more on the give me as much responsibility as I can handle till I just can't take it anymore, hopefully, and that shows where I'm at, and then I'll improve from there. But I'm fully on the hard work pays off train, so I'll put in as much work as I can. And I mean, if we're still making YouTube videos in a year and a half from now, we'll see how it pays off. But I wish the best for y'all. Go out there, put some hard work in, make yourself the most valuable person at the company, at the job site, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.